Wow, wow, wow. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you're tuning in from today. I hope you are doing absolutely incredible. My name is Michael J, and it's an absolute honor and a privilege to be here live with every single one of you with this incredible session, which is entitled New Goals or New Year, New Habits, New You. I want you to drop in the chat box wherever you're tuned in. Just let me know where you're tuned in right now, whether you're on Facebook or you are live on YouTube. Just write in the comment section where you are tuning in from today so that we can give you an absolute welcome. Let's see where you're tuning in from. And if you're catching this on the replay, just type replay. If you're catching this on a replay, this is going to be an absolutely incredible session. And I'm super excited to be here with every single one of you. Let's dive straight into this. Incredible. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Michael Ajay, and I am the CEO and founder of the international company called Inside Job Academy. Inside Job Academy is a coaching consultancy that has been set up to be able to help individuals and companies achieve their most elusive goals. And I'm super excited to be working with individuals around the world and companies around the world in order for them to understand the blueprint of either their self or their company to be able to move in a trajectory of where it is that they want to go. Inside Job Academy, and I'm so thankful for my mentor, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Bob Proctor. For those of you who don't know him, he's one of the most brilliant minds when it comes to self-development, when it comes to mindset, and when it comes to high performance. So this call that I'm going to be doing right now is either exclusively in the Inside Job Academy Facebook group. And if you're not there, make sure that you join this community of individuals who together we are there to encourage each other to be able to move towards our goals and our dreams. Now, this call is entitled New Year, New Habits, New You. And this transformative workshop is going to truly teach you how to create the life that you deserve. The life that you deserve. So it's very important right now that you remove all distractions, because the information that I'm going to be sharing with you on this hour is simply going to change the trajectory of your 2022. I want you to be on this call with an expectancy that after this call, everything changes. No longer are you going to give the power of your situation and circumstance to outside factors. We have been taught since young that our happiness is based on our current condition. But I'm here to remind you that your happiness, your success is in fact an inside job. And that's exactly where it is that it starts. The last 18 months to 24 months has been absolutely life-changing for a lot of people. Absolutely life-changing for many individuals around the world. This global pandemic has, many of us have been affected either directly or indirectly. And my heart goes out to everyone who has lost loved ones, whose home situations have drastically changed. Marriages have been broken, jobs have been lost. one will say that we have been in a global crisis. But I love the quote by John F. Kennedy that says that the word crisis, written in Chinese, is made up of two characters. The first is danger, but the second is opportunity. And though many of us, it may seem as if we are in a crisis, and many of us don't even want to declare, prosperity into the new year, because many of us believe that we have been let down since 2019. Because from 2019 going into 2020, I saw the statuses. This is the year of 2020 vision. This is the year I take back everything that was stolen from me. This is the year it happens. And many of us were faced with disappointments. Many of us got the same results that we had gotten the previous year. And coming into 2021, we thought that the woes of 2020 and the pandemic were over. But for many of us, it got worse. So many of us do not even want to declare anything into the year 2022. But I'm here to let you know that this year can be your bamboo season. If only you're able to make a decision, and if only you take the information that I'm about to share with you very, very seriously. Now, Michael, what do you mean by bamboo season? What I mean by bamboo season is this: that the bamboo tree, once the seed is planted in the ground, you water, you take care, you nourish, it gets the sunlight. But after year one, you don't see much change. Year two, after constant nourishment and belief and, watering, again, you don't see much change. The third year, you don't see much change. The fourth year, you don't see much change. And by this time, many people would have given up. But little do they know that the bamboo tree, for the first 4 years, it seems as if there is no progression. Nothing changes. But all of a sudden, in the 5th year, this plant that seemed to be inactive, this plant that seemed to be dead, all of a sudden, it accelerates and the growth is astronomical, and it becomes one of the tallest trees in the forest. Why? Because there was a constant repetition and a belief. Though we didn't see things on the exterior, this plant was growing roots to be able to hold where it is that this tree is going. And I'm here to remind you that you may not have saw massive change in 2017. You may not have saw massive change in 2018. 2019, it may have seemed as if things got worse. 2020, things just got terrible. 2021, this may not be your year, but I'm here to remind you and here to let you know that if you are consistent and if you are focused and if you are prepared to make a decision, that the year 2022 will be your bamboo season. I want you to write in the chat box that this is my bamboo season. Oh, for those of you on Facebook, write it right now. This is my bamboo season. Those on YouTube, write it. This is my bamboo season. I want you to declare it right now, that though the years behind me may not have been the way I want it to be, that here and now, this is going to be my bamboo season. Write it in the chat box right now. Okay, we're going to dive straight in. Like I said, my name is Michael Ajay, the CEO and founder of Inside Job Academy. I'm here mentored by the one and only Bob Proctor, absolutely incredible mind. For those of you who have seen The Secret on Netflix, he heavily featured in that film, is absolutely incredible. And here you're tuned into the new year, new habits, and new you. Now, coming to the end of this year, when you go to the gym, absolutely empty. You have a few individuals who are still focused on their goal, who understand that the last mile is the most important part of the race, are still there. But for the majority of individuals, is absolutely empty. Now, I want you to guess. Type it in wherever your Facebook group on YouTube. What do you think is going to happen to the gym in January? Just type it so I can see what is going to happen to the gym come January. Just type it in a chat box right now. I can see it coming in. Let me just, type it in a chat box what you think is going to happen. This is what's going to happen. It is going to be absolutely full. Absolutely full come January. Why? Because when it comes to January, many individuals set their goals. They start to make movements towards what it is that they want. Many individuals believe that there is power in the day change. Now, write in the chat box what's going to happen in February. This is what happened in December. This is what happened in January. Now, I want you to write down, those of you on Facebook, what's going to happen in February. Let me know. What's going to happen in February? The gym will be empty again. It's not going to be as full as it was in January. Guys, you have to understand that it's not in the moment of clocks that produce newness of life. Let me repeat that again. It is not in the moment of clocks and calendars that produces newness of life. It is in the movement within your mind. There is no power going from 31st December into 1st of January. There is no power in that transformation. But the power comes in the newness of your mind. You have to understand that you do not rise to the level of your goals, but you fall to the level of your belief system. Someone needs to write that down. That your success, what it is that you want, doesn't rise to the level of your goals. You setting huge goals does not mean that you will achieve it. I'm sorry to let you know. Many individuals believe that you write your goals down, how big they are, and that alone is going to allow you to be able to achieve it. But you do not rise to the level of your goals, but you fall to the level of your belief system. You have to understand that the sky is not the limit. Your belief system is. And after this call, once you get to understand who you are and the role your belief system plays, I'm telling you, you are going to be able to achieve whatever it is that you want in the year 2022. Now, I want you to write down what's more important to your success, mindset or strategy. Write that down in the chat box right now. What's most important? Write it down. Let me see in the chat box what's most important right now to your success. Is it mindset or strategy? What's most important to your success? Let me see in the chat. Those on Facebook, write it down. What's most important to your success? Mindset or strategy? I'm seeing them come through. The fact is, they're both important, but in different proportions. Both strategy and mindset are important to your success. But the reality is this: success is 5% strategy, 5% how to do it, but it is 95% mindset. Let me repeat that again. Success is 5% strategy, but 95% mindset. We can enter a new year, but it doesn't mean nothing if you do not have a new mind. Let me repeat that again. We can enter a new year, but that doesn't mean nothing if you don't have a new mind. It all begins with the newness of your mind. That's where it starts. You can have a new house, but that doesn't mean you're going to have a new marriage. Going into the year 2022, you can buy new clothes, but that doesn't make you a new man. You have to have a new mind. That's where it all begins. That's where it all ends. And you have to realize that the physical world, the results in which you see physically, is a manifestation of the non-physical world. Everything that you see here didn't just originate in the physical. It started in the non-physical. It started in the spiritual. Michael, what do you mean by that? If I take this water bottle is a manifestation of the non-physical world, because this water bottle originated or was created in the mind of the person who wanted to create this. Guys, if you really get to understand this, I'm telling you, your 2022 will change forever. So stay with me. This water bottle was first originated in the mind of the creator. It first was created in the person's mind. They said, I want to create a water bottle that has times of when someone should drink. And when it was created in the mind, it then became in reality. This pen was first created in the mind of the inventor, and then it became in reality. So everything in this world, your results that you have right now, your weight, your money, your relationships is a manifestation of what is happening or happened in the spiritual. Look at this tree. When you look at a tree, you see the fruits, right? You see the fruits. Now, if you want to change the fruits, many individuals will maybe just pluck off. Let's just say it was an apple tree. They would take off all the apples because they don't want an apple tree. But when you just take off the apples, what's going to happen is that new apples will grow again. You take off the apples, one in a different fruit. But the only way that you can change the fruits is if you change the roots. Many of us are going into the year 2020 trying to pluck off the habits that we don't want, no, they're trying to pluck off the results, whether it's financial results, whether it's health results. But what's going to happen is that you may notice a change because there's no more fruits. But because you haven't changed the roots, what's going to happen is that the same fruits will reappear. When it comes to money, you have to understand that the vast majority of people simply do not have the internal capacity to create and hold on to large amounts of money and the increased challenges that go with more money and success. The internal capacity, the non-physical element, many individuals don't have it. And this is the primary reason they don't have money. Because of the internal capacity, the mindset. This is why many individuals will win lotteries, 21 million. But the statistic says that 95% of people who win the lottery will lose it all within the next 5 years. And on the other hand, the opposite occurs with self-made millionaires. Notice that when a self-made millionaire loses their money, they usually have it back within a relative short period of time. Why? Because it's not about the physical, it's about the spiritual. It's not enough to be in the right place at the right time. Many individuals believe that they've come across the right opportunity, therefore it guarantees them success. Many people, because they believe that because they've got the highest package in the gym, it guarantees them that they will get a six-pack. Many individuals believe that because they have the right clothes, it means they're able to dress. But it's not enough to be in the right place at the right time. Guys, you have to listen to me very carefully, that you have to be the right person with the right mindset in the right place at the right time. If you agree with me, just drop a number 7. Those of you on Facebook, if you're following what I'm saying right now, just drop a number 7, because I'm telling you this, that if you understand what it is that I'm breaking down to you, your 2022 is going to be your bamboo season. You have to understand this very clearly, that it is not enough to be in the right place at the right time. It's not enough to just be in the right job. It's not enough to just live in the right neighborhood. You have to be the right person with the right mindset in the right place at the right time. And that's when you see the incredible results. Because money is a result. Wealth is a result. Health is a result. Illness is a result. Your weight is a result. We live in a world of cause and effects. The weight you are right now is a result of the roots. The money you have in your bank right now is a result of the roots. Your health is a result of the roots. So if you want to change these external things in the physical world, you have to change it within the spiritual. To believe in the things you can see and touch is no belief at all. But to believe in the unseen is a triumph and a blessing. Let me repeat that again. To believe in the things that you can see and touch is no belief at all. But to believe in the unseen, the roots that you don't see, the spiritual that you don't see, is a triumph and a blessing. And this is why I'm about to break this image down to you. The image of the mind, known as the stick person. Now, the mind, we cannot see the mind, right? The mind is in the spiritual. The mind ain't in our head. We just represent it. That's where the brain is. But the mind is spiritual. The mind is everywhere. Everywhere, part of our body is in the mind. The mind is in the nails as much as it is in the mind, in the head. Now, when you look at the mind, there are two parts of the mind. There are many parts, but here we can see that we have split the mind into two. We have the conscious mind and we have the subconscious mind. And then we have the body, right? So in this stick person, the head just represents the mind split into two. And then we have the body. So as you can see, this is how it flows together. Now, the conscious mind is called our thinking mind. Is where we originate thoughts. It's our educated mind. It's our intellect, right? So on top of the mind, the conscious mind is where we have our senses. What we see, what we hear, what we touch, what we smell, what we taste. These sensory factors allow us to interact with the physical world. So in our conscious mind is where we think. We can choose what we accept or reject using our conscious mind. We have the ability to be able to choose whether something we accept it or not. But then we have our subconscious mind, which is our emotional mind, right? Now, our subconscious mind is so powerful. It must accept everything that is given. The subconscious mind cannot reject any information. Any information that it is given, it just accepts. And it cannot determine the difference between that in which is real or that is which is imagined. Because when you go to sleep, everywhere shuts down. The only thing that is still working is your subconscious mind. It's still working. It controls your body, your heart. This is why when you sleep, your heart still beats. This is why when you sleep, your body temperature is still controlled because your subconscious mind, which is a powerful part of your mind, is still in operation. Now, when you dream, you can sometimes dream and you wake up and you're sweating when you are running. Why? Because your subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between what is real and what is imagined. Any information that gets impressed upon your subconscious mind sends a vibration to your body, which then gives you the results. I hope you got what I'm trying to say to you. So, if you have an information that you've created in your conscious mind, as long as you know how to get that information into your subconscious mind, it will just be expressed in your body and it will give you your results. So that means that the results that you have today is a consequence of what is in your subconscious mind. Let me repeat that again. The results that you have today is a consequence of what is in your subconscious mind. Now, what is in your subconscious mind is a word that you need to truly understand, which is called your paradigm. Your paradigm, which is a collection of habits, is your rule book, how you live your life. A collection of habits that are automatic, habitual. You do it unconsciously without thinking. Now, as an infant, you don't have a conscious mind. A baby doesn't have the capacity to decide whether something is true or not. Remember, your conscious mind is your thinking mind, your educated mind is your intellect. You have the ability to choose and reject any ideas that is given. But when you're a baby, you don't have the intellect to be able to think for yourself. So the only thing that is present as a baby is the subconscious mind. So whatever is poured into a child forms its paradigm straight away. This is why you have to be very careful what you speak into a child's life. Many parents, uncles and aunties, grandparents, are always speaking negative. You are bad. You will never amount to nothing. You will always be like your father. You put them around negative news and negative environment. This is having a huge effect on the children. Now, when the subconscious mind must choose between deeply rooted emotions and logic, emotions always win. You may know something isn't right logically, but your subconscious mind doesn't choose logic. It chooses deep-rooted emotions. Mike, what do you mean by that? All right. You may have a deep-rooted love for food. You may love food. Absolutely love it. It makes you feel good. When you go out with your friends to eat, you feel good. You feel loved. You feel accepted because maybe that's how you were brought up. Your parents always sat around the table. So you have a deep-rooted emotional connection to food. But then you want to lose weight. Now, consciously, logically, that eating food at night, right before you go to bed, in fact, eating fast food at night before you go to bed isn't good. But subconsciously, you have this emotional connection to food. Which one will be chosen by your subconscious mind? The emotional rooted connection or logic? You choose emotions every day. This is why there is a gap between what you know and what you do. Many of you know what you need to do in order for you to become successful, but you do not do it. Why? Because your subconscious mind, your paradigm has been programmed to having the results that you have right now. Somebody is about to be set free today. Someone's 2022 is about to change. If only you listen to what it is that I'm saying to you right now. You have to understand, going back to the baby, that everything that is happening in the baby's environment is going directly into the baby's subconscious mind, forming its self-image, the way in which it sees itself. What is paradigm? Paradigm is a mental program that has almost exclusive control over our habitual behavior. And almost all our behavior is habitual. This is why the good book, Paul wrote that the things I want to do, I don't do it. But the things that I don't want to do, that's what I do. Why? Because logically, he knows the things that he shouldn't do. But in the paradigm, in the subconscious mind, the mental program has almost exclusive control over his habitual behavior. So the only way you get to change your results is by changing your paradigm. Guys, you have to understand the correlation between cybernetics and paradigm. Cybernetics is a mechanism that controls the results of which it is that we want in a machine. Now, the cybernetics in a machine and the paradigm are both control systems that operate on the same principle, essentially. What happens is that they both maintain a definite course of action, and they will not deviate from that course that has been established. You must alter the paradigm if you desire to achieve improved results. And this is both in companies and individuals. They all operate on paradigms. Think about this thermostat. When you set the temperature to 72 degrees, yeah, you set the temperature. What happens is that this thermostat just measures the room. And if it's 72, it's cool. But once the temperature drops to like 70, 68, 65, this programming system would detect the change in temperature. It would then send a signal to the heater to turn up the heat. And once the heat is turned up, it will bring the temperature back to 72. It will measure it and send another signal to turn it off. This is a cybernetic system. The same happens with a flight. You have to understand that they put the flight on cruise control. It flies itself at a certain point. And the cybernetic system in a plane takes over. Once it measures a deviation from the set goal, it will send a message to the engine to steer the plane back on course. Now, that is the same with your self-image. Let's just say you consciously make a decision to go, you're overweight. So you make a conscious decision to go on diet. But in your subconscious mind, your self-image is of you being overweight. So what's going to happen? Because you've consciously decided that you're overweight, you're going to make decision to go on a diet. Now, if you haven't altered your self-image, your paradigm, what's going to happen is that you will begin to lose weight. But your paradigm, which is a cybernetic system, would detect a deviation from your obese self. And what happens is that the weight that you lose becomes temporary. And you will begin to pile that weight back on one way or another. So in order for you to be able to change your results in 2022, you are going to have to change your paradigm, your self-image. You have to change your subconscious mind. Now, how do you do it? As we begin to wrap up, you have to understand that you are a mass of energy and that you operate on frequencies. A Russian photographer took a picture of a human body using a special camera. And what he could see is that the human body just oozes out energy, oozes out frequency. And what a frequency is a level of vibration. Everything moves on frequencies. There's an infinite number of frequencies. Now, let these lines represent vibration. Levels of vibration that are often referred to as frequencies. And you have to understand that we think on frequencies. So, the results that you have right now are on a particular frequency as your thoughts. Now, you have a goal that you want to achieve, which is on a different frequency. The only way you're going to be able to achieve that goal is if you change the frequency of your minds right now. You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in the future. You have not been able to connect the dots with your current results using your physical sight. So therefore, the only way you're going to be able to connect the dots is if you use something not in the physical. You have to use something in the spiritual. You have to use your higher faculties that God has given you, which is your imagination. You may not see yourself with that car, with that house physically, but you can use your imagination to be able to experience the life that you want to be able to live. Using your imagination, a gift that God has given you. You have to realize that you are God's highest form of creation. No other creature has this God-given capacity to be able to use our higher faculties, such as our mind, our imagination, our memory, to be able to achieve absolutely incredible things. So, Michael, how do I make 2022 my bamboo season? You need to decide what you want. Decide what you are prepared to give up to get it. Set your mind to it. Get on with the work. You want to use your imagination to create the life that you want to live. Write it down. Write down what you're prepared to give up for it. Set your mind on it and get on with the work. You never change the things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the old model obsolete. In the book Think and Grow Rich, it says, those who reach decisions promptly and definitely know what they want and generally get it. The leaders in every walk of life decide quickly and firmly. That is the major reason why they are leaders. The world has the habit of making room for the man whose words and actions show that he knows where he is going. You need to make a firm decision promptly as to what it is that you want and make a habit of letting your actions and words show that you know where you're going. Indecision is a habit which usually begins in youth. The habit takes on permanency as the youth goes through graded school, high school, and even through college without definiteness of purpose. The major weakness of all educational systems is that they neither teach nor encourage the habits of definite decision. We do not know how to make a decision. We are always, comme ci, comme ça, 1 foot in, procrastination. These are the things that are going to kill your progress in 2022. You want to make a decision and commit to it. What do I mean by commitment? Commitment is doing what you said you're going to do long before the feeling that you said you're going to do it has left. Many of you are going to decide to start to go to the gym. Yes, you're in the right feelings because it's January. But when it comes to February and that feeling has gone, are you still going to be committed? Many of you are going to decide to save some money for investments every single month. But when the next month comes and then there's something in the shop that you want, are you going to stick to that decision? Or are you going to allow external factors to dictate what it is that you do? The majority of people don't make a decision because they can't see how they're going to get there. You don't decide because you don't see how you're going to get that six-pack. You don't see how you're going to become financially free. So therefore, you do not make the decision. And then what do? You keep on doing things that you can see how you're going to get there. Because you can see how you're going to remain broke, you always decide in that line. Because you've always been this weight, you're going to continue to eat and not exercise. But you have to make decisions on things that you cannot see. Realize that you are born looking like your parents, but you are going to die looking like your choices. Let me repeat that again. We are all born looking like our parents, but we are going to die looking like our decisions. Now, some of you may have done this with me before, but for those who haven't, I want you to grab a pen and just follow the screen. I'm going to give you 60 seconds in order for you to find numbers 1 to 50. Yeah? Just take 60 seconds to find. There's 1 to 50 in this square. Just take 60 seconds to find numbers 1 to 60. Now, when I say the time is up, I want you to write in the chat box what number you got up to. Yeah? So get a pen and follow. Find numbers 1 to 60. And after the 60 seconds is up, just write the number. Are you guys ready? Do you understand? If you're ready, just type ready in the chat box. If you're ready, just type ready. Just type ready if you've understood the assignment. Yeah. Type ready if you've understood the assignment. Take 60 seconds to find numbers 1 to 50. Yeah. If you've understood the assignment, type ready. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. You're going to have 60 seconds. On your marks, get set. 1 second. On your marks, get set, go. 60 seconds to find numbers 1 to 50. $30 more seconds. Let's see if we can get to 50. $20 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Now type in the chat box what number you got up to. In those 60 seconds, type in the chat box what number you got up to. Let me know. Type in the chat box. 31. Wow. 25. Did anyone get 50? Type in the chat box what number you got up to. 31. Okay. 12. Now, what if I told you that there was a method to be able to get, okay, I see 30, 25. What if I told you that there was a way in which you will be able to achieve your goal? What if I told you that there was an imaginary line and that every number, the next number, was in the next box? So here is 1, and then 2 was in the second box, 3 was in the third, 4 is in the fourth, and it keeps on going around. 5 is there, 6 is there, 7, 8, just like that. Now that I've told you that there's a pattern, I want you now to try again. I want you now to try again. You're now going to have 1 minute to now get to a higher number. Let's see if you beat your score. 3, 2, 1, go. Now let's go again. Remember the method I told you? Let's see if you can beat your last score. Okay. We're now halfway there. 30 more seconds to go. 20 seconds to go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now write down how much you got. Let's see if you was able to beat your last score. Write down in the chat box what number you got to. Jeez, 50. Wow. And you got 31 last time. Now you got 50. Congratulations. Anyone else beat their last score? Let me know. Kwabena, he got 25. Now he got 42. Jeez. If he got 30, now he got 43. So now, guys, can you see? Frederick got 25. Now he got 40. Ivan had 31. Now he got 40. Wow. So can you see, guys? In 2020, in 2019, you may not have been able to achieve the goal you wanted to achieve simply because you didn't know how. But once you are given the blueprint, once you are shown the way, what seemed difficult and confusing will now become straightforward. So it's all about knowing how, having the right mentor, having the right system and blueprint in order for you to have your bamboo season. And this is what the Inside Job Academy is about. To be able to give you the blueprint, to be able to give you the strategy, to be able to provide you with the right mindset in order for you to be able to achieve your results. Guys, I came from very humble beginnings, born the eldest of Mr. and Mrs. Ajay, eldest of 4. We didn't have a lot in our family, but we were content. We were happy. Now, my parents had always been in debt because of some of their bad decisions. And what happened is that my paradigm was open. I didn't have a subconscious mind. So whatever I saw from my parents was pouring into my subconscious mind. So without knowing, I started to exhibit the attributes of my parents, especially when it came to money management. So you can see here, I was getting emails, getting out of debt. Dear Michael, Melissa, are you struggling with debt repayments? Because I was in mountains of debt. Until I got this information about the importance of the self-image and the subconscious mind. And I began to change my paradigm using the information that was given to me by my mentors. And what seemed to happen is that I started to apply it in different areas of my life. I applied it with my weight. I was trying to lose weight, but every time I lose weight, I'll put the weight back on. This was me just last year, 2 years ago. But then I started to apply and change the self-image in my mind. And when I applied it, I lost the most weight I have ever lost in my life. It's not who you are that holds you back. It's who you think you are not. Once you make your decision, the power of determination will make you unstoppable. If you want different results, do not do the same thing. Having a New Year's resolution, this year, we're going to try and lose weight. If you want different results, do not do the same thing. It's going to be a new year, but the only way you're going to get new results is if you form new habits and you create a new you. And this is why I am going to be personally working with individuals in the year 2022. We are going to form an inner circle of where I am going to show you exactly what you need to do in order for you to have that bamboo season in that year. Guys, I applied this information to my weight. I applied this information to my finances. And I have made more money in the last 9 months than I have made in my whole entire life. Because I was shown the blueprint. And in Inside Academy, you are going to be shown that same blueprint. So if you want to make a decision that you want to change the year 2022, I want you to drop me a message or drop my Facebook manager a message in the group. And I want you to declare that the year 2022 is my bamboo season. And we're going to book a one-to-one call with you this week. And if you qualify, you will form part of our inner circle. And the next 6 months, I'm telling you, not as a maybe, that everything will change. So I want to drop in it. It's a bamboo season. Guys, thank you so much for being with me on this call. If you were blessed by the information, just drop a number 7 in the chat box and declare that this year, 2022, is going to be a new year with new habits and a new me. This is my bamboo season. I want you to declare it, that it is my bamboo season. I don't care what happened in 2019. I don't care what happened in 2020 or 2021. I'm telling you that the year 2022, everything changes. It's my bamboo season. So guys, God bless you. And I look forward to seeing you at the top. Why? Because the bottom is way too crowded. God bless and take care.